Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are continuing my 2023 top 10s as we are going to look at my number 5 heavyweight in the world right now, the current WBO interim champion, Zhilei Zhang from China. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. 1 second, please. So Zhilei Zhang, this guy, I mean, came out of nowhere. He wasn't ranked coming into the year. He was somewhat close because I had him ranked just, you know, just behind Filip Hrgović, you know, coming into the year. But Hrgović wasn't even in the top 10 because Hrgović hadn't really beaten anybody, and Zhang is probably his biggest win now, but we didn't know it then. They had fought in 2022, and Hrgović got a very close, somewhat controversial decision over Zhang. And Zhang coming in was really looked up as a setup opponent for Joe Joyce, who was staying busy. But Zhang, being fearless, wanting a shot, took the fight with Joe Joyce, who was the most feared man in the division at the time. And Zhilei Zhang just pounded Joe Joyce. The left hand shut Joe Joyce's eye, and Zhang would score, in April, would score a stunning 6th round TKO victory and become the WBO interim champion. Now, Joyce had a rematch clause in the contract, which he wasn't, at first he didn't want to activate, but when Zhang started talking to Tyson Fury about a WBC title fight, Joe Joyce activated the rematch clause, and the two were set to jump back in the ring in September for the WBO interim title. And there were people that thought Joe Joyce was going to get his revenge, but it was going to be very interesting to see how it would play out. And Zhilei Zhang just came out confident as hell. Joe Joyce did not look very confident in the first round. Joyce was boxing okay, and it was competitive, and then Zhilei Zhang with his right hook and a straight left hand just nailed Joe Joyce and brutally knocked him out in the 3rd round to stay the interim champion and stay in line for a world title at some point. So a big year for Zhilei Zhang, and that boosted him and Hrgović and how good they are by Zhang going out and destroying the guy who was the most feared man in the division. So Zhang, well-deserved top 5 spot here. I mean, seriously, 40 years old, and he looks sharp as hell. He's entering the year, like I said, very hot. 26-1-1 with 21 knockouts. His only loss coming in that very close, controversial decision to Filip Hrgović. But Zhang has a huge opportunity coming his way in March. He'll put the interim title on the line against Joseph Parker, the former WBO heavyweight champion, who's coming off of his victory over Deontay Wilder. So Zhilei Zhang has an opportunity here to really make some noise by beating the guy that beat Wilder in Joseph Parker. And he's already defeated a guy that beat Joseph Parker, and that was Joe Joyce. He knocked him out. So, and Joyce knocked out Parker at the end of 2022, in October of 2022. So, Zhang's coming in the favorite in this one, potentially, but Joseph Parker's hungry, and he proved in his fight with Wilder that he can bang and he can get it done. Now, if you're asking me right now, I'm going to say Zhilei Zhang's going to beat Joseph Parker, but I do think it's a good matchup, and Parker really does stand a solid chance of pulling off the victory. But it's going to be a good one, and if Zhang beats Parker, it's going to be sky's the limit in the second half of the year for Zhilei Zhang. He's going to continue to get those big fights. You know, we don't know. Likely Fury and Usyk are going to fight twice this year, so they're probably both going to be tied up. But I could definitely see Zhilei Zhang fighting Anthony Joshua in the second half of the year, potentially, to earn a title shot. So it's going to be very interesting. Also, I could see Zhang and Filip Hrgović in a rematch, you know, or Zhang and Deontay Wilder. you know, or Andy Ruiz. I mean, there's so many potential opponents for for Zhang. And he's got the, you know, he's from China and he has a big following. So Zhilei Zhang really did himself a favor and really gave the heavyweight division a shot in the arm with his 2 knockouts of Joe Joyce. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does heading into 2024. And we already know Joseph Parker's up first. So I believe Zhilei Zhang will be in the top 10 for sure. And I honestly believe he's going to be in the top 5 at the end of the year as well. He'll hold on to a top 5 spot. He might even move up to number 3, you know, in that area. I think whoever comes out of Usyk and Fury, you know, on top will be the number 1 guy, obviously. Anthony Joshua likely going to be number 2, depending on who he fights and if he stays unbeaten during the year. But I really think Zhilei Zhang has an opportunity to be right there, sitting at the top of the division, top 3, heading into 2025 with big fights on the horizon. Because this guy's fearless and he's willing to fight anybody. So really looking forward to seeing what happens for Zhilei Zhang in 2024. But that's it. That's what I got. That is my 2023 top 10s on my number 5 heavyweight in the world right now, the reigning WBO interim champion, Zhilei Zhang of China. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.